All right, we're back. Legs machines. Ah, yeah. The first exercise we did for legs machines, or that we do for legs machines, is angled leg press. This one sucks. It's really hard. A lot of blood flow to your legs, especially if you have a lot of weight and you're doing them right. So you're definitely gonna want to start off if you're you know new to this. Start off pretty low, something that you're totally comfortable with. Work on form and all that. And speaking of form, um, you're gonna want to focus on your quadriceps, your hamstrings, and your glutes, which is basically your entire upper leg. So, yeah, that's why it's really tiring and fatiguing, I guess would be a better word. And so this is the angled leg press machine. It's I think there's other ones that maybe have like two sets for like more weight, like two sets of bars, two pairs of bars, whatever. And yeah, but it just looks like this, and you can change the angle of the seat. Like if you see in the picture, it shows like it's just the angle of the seat. That little bar beneath um the seat. I don't know if you can see that, but um just lift the seat up for this one, and you just change the angle. And the different angles do different muscles more. I mean, you're going to be doing all the muscles no matter what angle, really. But if you want more quads, you do like this is 45. Like this is your upper body. These are your legs. And then you move your upper body. That's going to do more quads. Yeah, it's going to do more quads. And then I can't even that much. The more obtuse the angle, the more it's going to do your hammies, your hamstrings, and your glutes. So, if you're a girl or you just want a fat ass, you want a more obtuse angle, a wider angle, which the angle refers to like the legs and the upper body. That angle. When you're going down, like this picture of my dad on the rightmost picture, the right picture, um, it's like that's pretty solid 90 degrees right there. So um, you could go down a little more, but you want 90 degrees or less. You don't. You just. I mean, if you can't reach 90 degrees, just push up. Better safe than sorry. But just and then lower the weight because you want to get that 90 degrees. You want to get that full push. From bottom to top. And most important thing for this one is that's why it's in all caps is to just never lock your knees because if you do, you could break them, at least dislocate them, but you could break them, and then you're ruined. But yeah, I mean, it's you just got to be careful with this one. Just start off low weight. I mean, that's it, really. if you've never done it before. Anyways, I did pretty well. This is like I think this is my highest weight so far, just because I lowered my rep range, and yeah, I did pretty well. Very fatigued, but it was all right. It wasn't bad. Just so we know what the quads and hams and glutes are, I got these pictures again. These are your quads, and this is your hamstring, uh, and that's your glute. It actually says glutes on this one, but it doesn't say hamstrings. But just imagine this, and your butt, and you're cooking. Anyways, next one is the hack squat. Uh, this one's pretty simple. I mean, you don't have to set anything up. They're all, I mean, the same, really. It's just going to be like your feet are going to be 45 degrees from your whole body, the whole rest of your body. So you just squat down and try to get, again, 90 degrees or less. And yeah, start off low weight because this one's pretty hard to get like all the way down, less than 90 degrees. I go like full squat, like my ass touches my heels. But that's kind of a choice. You don't really have to do that. You just go a little less than 90 degrees and you're good. I mean, you're getting the stretch in your muscles and you're destroying them at the same time. It's awesome. Yeah, and take your time as well as the last one. I think I put take your time because you're gonna have to breathe, bro. I mean, it's gonna be a lot of blood disappearing from every other part of your body, so it's gonna suck. So you're definitely gonna want to take your time, and yeah, that's it. Really, it's a pretty simple one. I did 180 pounds, which is pretty high. I think this is also my highest, and I did. I don't know. I didn't excel, which sucks. I just did bare minimum, really. So, well, I didn't do bare minimum. I did bare minimum for passing. So I don't know if I want to up the weight or keep it. I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. We'll see on the next, probably like next month. It takes about a month to go around and go through my routine. Yeah. I don't know. This one's way more tiring than the other one, actually. At least the way I do it. I don't think I've ever actually done it like just a little less than 90 degrees. I've always done the full squat all the way down. So I don't know. Take your time. See what you want to do. If you go all the way down, I think it just gets more of your glutes and your hamstring. More of your hamstring, really. But like, because there's, I don't know how to. Yeah, just figure it out. See what you want to do. Not that difficult. Next one, single leg extension. Oh, yeah. Let's go back to this one and just look at the muscles here. We got quads, which I showed before, and dude, the more you do these little green ones, I think they're green. Those things are gonna pop out, and you're gonna feel them so bad. And and for the next one, single leg extension, you're also gonna feel it in your quads. And oh my gosh, it's gonna suck. Yeah, this one's pretty pretty all of these are pretty self-explanatory. You just move your legs in the right direction. Yeah, just squeeze your quads, which we just saw. And the seat, like your knee wants to be in a good position. I don't know. I kind of like lean. I put my upper back against the seat, and then I kind of just push my crotch forward, so I'm kind of like slanted on the seat, and then I, fling my leg forward, and that works for me. I don't know about anybody else. I mean, my dad kind of does the same thing, but just it doesn't really matter. You just do it for comfort. That's all that really matters. As long as you're getting your quads and you're not upside down in the seat, you're going to be fine. And this one, you're going to want to focus on the decline, which is the eccentric part of the exercise, which is just like you push your leg up, and then as you're going down. This one's pretty easy to understand, the part where you're going down. Because sometimes you'll have like a exercise where you'll say on the decline, and you're actually just going up or something. Like, I don't know. I couldn't tell you now, but actually the next one. So yeah, this one, breathe and stretch. I mean, you don't really have to stretch your quads. In fact, you probably can't. Probably shouldn't even be on there. Just breathe. Classic breathing. All of them, you gotta breathe, obviously. That's why it's there on all of them. Anyways, I did pretty well. 66 kilos. I wrote out kilos on my last video, but I figured I'd just put K and like LBS instead of pounds. Just take up way less space. Yeah, I did 7. That minus after the 7 just means I had like bad form towards the end or throughout the whole thing. So, it doesn't really count. Just, put it there so I know I freaking sucked. And then, just in case I do like 8, but some of them were bad form, I put a minus so that I don't move up in weight and I focus on my form. Anyways, 7 minus 8 and then 6. It's not the best. Pretty hard. This one's a single leg, so you are gonna have to do both legs, obviously. So it's gonna take longer. What I do is I just do I'll do some warm up ones where I do both legs, and then I'll just get right into like my right leg or my left leg. I usually start with my weaker leg, which would be my left, and then, copy that on my right so that, I can start to balance things out. But, sometimes I do my right. It doesn't really matter. I mean, it's up to you. And, yeah, and then I just immediately go from left to right or right to left, from one leg to the next. You could take a break in between. You could do whatever you feel is right, because, sometimes you're like too tired after doing just one leg that, you're actually just completely tuckered out, that doing the other leg would just kind of waste. You're so wasted on energy, you're not going to even be able to do as many. So you can take a break if that's the case. But if you feel good after one leg, then you could just bust into the other one. That's what I do most of the time. Sometimes I do take breaks. Anyways, that's it for that one. The next one is single leg curl. This one is, as I was talking about, the decline. That's why I put eccentric contraction, because decline's kind of kind of doesn't make sense here because you're going up. But on the eccentric contraction would be going up. Anyways, this one works your hamstrings. So, like, here, we'll just show the hamstrings right now because usually I show it at the end, but oops. Dang. Okay. These things right here. Just focus on this. Just focus on the back of your upper leg. It'll be and you'll feel it. Yeah, this one you also set up the seat for whatever's most comfortable for you. Just don't overcomplicate it. Pretty simple. Again, this eccentric contraction is the okay. So the one on the left, picture on the left, is the like the rest. It's when you're resting, like where you start off the exercise, like at the beginning of a rep, I should say. And then the one on the right is the end of a rep, or the peak of the rep. And ideally you like hold the weight at the peak, or do whatever you want if that's what you're working for. There's a whole bunch of different types of like ways to do every single exercise, how you hold the weight, how long you hold the weight, in which direction, I don't know, whatever. There's a bunch of stuff. And it just, I'm not going to list every single one. There's isometric, like explosive. I forgot the other one that's pretty common. There's a lot. So figure out what the hell you want to do. If you want to just like go slowly and just like work on your joints or something, then whatever. Depends on what you want to do. But for me, I just blow up again. And just try to get through it. Because, I'm pretty young. I don't really have to focus on like stuff like that, like your joints or balance or shit like that. Or I just want to push weight. So yeah. When you're coming up from, I just want to hold tangent there. When you're coming up from the peak, so you go to the peak, which would actually be downward in this case. On your way back is the eccentric contraction. It can be kind of confusing sometimes because, well, at least for me. But that's that. And breathe. You don't really have to stretch here. You can stretch. It can be a stretch if you like lean forward while you're at the beginning of a rep. Then it's going to stretch your muscle. But you don't have to. This one, I definitely fucked up on this one. My left leg still is. I'm stretching it right now. Super messed up. So I did, 91 kilos, which is a lot for me. For like my first 2 sets. And I did 6 reps for my first set, which isn't bad. I mean, I still keep the weight if I get 6 reps. But if I get any lower than that, 5, 4, 3, if I get a 3, I might retire. But yeah. So that's why I put if I got 4 reps, so I put a minus, which just means I lowered it for the next one, which is pretty obvious. When I went to 82 kilos for the last set, and I did 8 reps, which still is not good since I lowered the weight, so I would hope to do at least 10. But my left hamstring was just not good. I was just not putting in the work. Very tired, I guess. And we'll go back. Did I already show the hamstrings? Anyways, hamstrings, quads, glutes, hamstrings, quads, glutes. I really don't have to show this picture that many times. This is the last exercise. Seated leg calf raise, seated single leg calf raise. This again, last 3, you do 2 legs separately. And unless you have 3 legs, and then you do 3 legs separately, etc. Like me. This one, obviously, you're going to squeeze your calves. I just realized I need that picture again. This one, you're going to have to squeeze your calves. It's a calf raise. Yeah. This one, you set up the machine so that, like on ours, that little bar there that my dad's holding on to is you can move it up and down with that red circle, the pin. It's actually over there. It's backwards. My camera's backwards. It sucks. Yeah, so you move that bar that he's holding on to with the pads so that your leg can fit under there, and you're gonna want it so that when you put your legs under there, you push off. You can raise it above whatever's holding the weight, or holding up the weight, so that you can pull off that thing that's holding up the weight, so that your legs can hold up the weight. And then usually when I lift off, every time when I lift off, I use both my legs to lift off initially, and then I just move one of my legs out so that I could start my single leg. And again, I do my weaker leg first, which is my left, of course. It's useless. It's like a bum leg. Yeah, and then you want to make sure you have the machine set up in a way where you can put the weight back safely onto the thing that initially holds the weight. So you don't just sit there and like drop it on the machine and damage the machine more than it should be, which is never. So yeah, you just get that full stretch in there and squeeze your calves until you can't squeeze them anymore. For me, it hurts so bad. For me, like I stretch all the way down and then I push up, and then I just like push up even more, because my initial push just can't get me to like all the way, like to the peak of where my calves can squeeze to. So I just jam it, or whatever you want to call it. I just go all out, and it hurts, but it works, because I'm at 50 pounds now, which I think is a lot for one leg, you know. Uh, in regard to like other calf workouts, this one I think is the most like solely focused on your calf because like the standing one where the pads are on your shoulder and like the weights on your shoulder, you can really use a bar or anything, but and you're just ramming it out. I could do like 300 pounds on that. Probably not. I could do at least like 200 pounds on that because it gets like your hamstrings and everything and like your quads. You got your whole body putting effort into that. This one really singles out. It's like the worst for your calf, which means the best. It hurts the most. It does the most in destroying your calf. So yeah, it's pretty good. There's also like a laying down calf raise where like you're not laying down, but you're like kind of just like pushing against like this is your heel, this is your toes. You're just going like that. I don't know. I mean, that one's pretty good. I also damn near maxed it out too. So we just moved to this one because the standing one is kind of dangerous for your lower back, anyways, especially with a lot of weight. So you don't really want to do that with a lot of weight. Um, and the laying down one, again, my dad had maxed out, I think, like the first time he did it. So there's no point in staying on that one. So we do this one. And that's honestly why I like it more than the other ones because the standing one's dangerous. The laying one is kind of too easy. Well, the standing one isn't dangerous, but it's just as easy as like the laying one, whatever that's called. Just the gas pedal one, I guess, accelerator one. It's just as easy as that, but you can have more weight on the standing one. So you could really get like a herniated disc. So, or I think that's what it's called, and it's just not good. So, yeah, I would avoid those and just stick to this one. Because this one really messes up your calves. Uh, yeah. Anyways, my left calf is weaker than my right, but so that's why I did, kind of little reps. But I'm still 50 pounds, which is pretty good for me. Um, just redo it. Go for like 10 reps next time. I should really start aiming for like 10 reps because I do 8 reps on my exercises and I just stop and then I'm like, I'm gonna just fucking keep going. I should aim for 10 and like if I get 8 on all of them while aiming for 10, I can up the weight, but still aim for 10. Yeah, that would be good. Anyways, that's it. That's the last one. There's we sometimes do like abductor and adductor, which is just like your hips. Like it's the one you see those zesty fuckers on going like this with their legs, like pushing out. I think uh that's an adductor, and then pushing in is your abductor. Maybe vice versa. I don't know, bro. Those always confuse me. Mix them up every time. Sometimes we do that. It's just like I don't know. It just feels good. Um, yeah, it's kind of a stretch, but we didn't do it today, or yesterday, so didn't put it in here. Anyways, that's it. 30 minutes. What a waste. Anyways, uh, good luck. Here's a picture of the legs. Oh yeah. We'll look at calves real quick. Make this video longer somehow. These are your calves. The gastrocnemius. Gastrocnemius. I don't know, bro. They look pretty gnarly. They look like stones when you have it fully maxed out. Have your stats fully maxed out. Dude, this muscle here, I didn't even know existed. But if you turn your foot this way, inward, like don't just point your toes inward and twist your foot that way. You can feel this muscle. I didn't even know it existed. It's crazy. Anyways, the more you know, I guess. Let's see. I got this now. I guess I'll just do outros like this or something. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I'll next day is back. See if I remember my raps. Bring raps now. And see you in like 2 days. Yep. Good luck. Whatever you're doing. Again. Even more luck this time, actually. Well, yeah, just a little though. And